What's up, guys? I'm back with an update video here. So I got the Ford 9-inch put together. So I changed plans a little bit. I was originally going to make a homemade pinion brake bracket, but financially and time-wise it did not make sense because we have a 10-bolt sitting in the back of the shop that had a rotor and a caliper on it that's just been sitting there for a long time. So I threw that on here. I got a Postal pinion brake bracket. Threw new bearings on the spool because I was unable to save those ones. Was able to save my yoke bearing. I'm not going to end up trussing the bottom because, you know, it'll bend out here before it bends from here over. So, plus these axles are going to be weak. Gears are not set up right at all. I just kind of tossed them in there. Just to, I don't know, I got them close by feel. They've got a little bit of play in them. I didn't have any paint to mark the teeth. I used a little bit of grease, like oil, and it looked all right. But yeah, as long as it works, it's fine. But I got the axles thrown in there. So now I got to make this bracket from the top of the diff that connects to the pinion brake bracket. And that one's going to be for the center bolt on my Watts rear suspension. And then I can take all this, throw it in the car, and get the ride height set. And I need to get my front and rear tires mounted because this thing sits ridiculously high right now. It's like mid-hip on me. So, it's a little update for now. So, alright, this is the second half of the video. I'll start off with the bone stock, my bone stock. I put new hall thread in the core support because the other one was all bent and stuff. I added this little bracket here to keep this tab from flexing as much as it did. Hopefully that's okay. Engine's in, as you can see. It's welded in and everything. On my bone stocks, I don't go overkill on the motor mounts because I don't know. I don't think that I'm going to be hitting hard enough to where it's going to affect that. I just make sure it's going to stay there. But yeah, engine's in, got the radiator in. It kind of hits here. I might trim that out. Just ratchet straps. I was going to use all thread, but it's kind of terrible how it's in here. And I didn't really feel like making tabs. But just 3 straps. And then this hose is routed really dumb. But I didn't really know what else to do because I don't have a bigger radiator than I'm willing to waste on this car. I ended up pulling the starter off and shimming the converter back more because I didn't really like how it sat in there. So I ended up pushing the converter back another 1/8 inch into the transmission because I had it pulled out a little too far, especially with a 1/4 inch spacer. Got my chains on here. Front one's holding it down, back one's kind of doing some stuff in there. Got my new plate on there. Trying something on this car, and plus I kind of needed to hold the box together because this corner's gone, so I held it down a little more than normal. Kind of same on this side. Got my tires. These are the 14-inch U-Hauls with just some Steelies. Got my steering in here. It's an old WRP steering column I got from a buddy. The caps on this U-joint were pushing out, so I threw the washers on there to keep the U-joints kind of together. Power steering's hooked up. Got the steering in here. Just used a piece of angle iron and gusseted it down. I got my pedals in here. I moved my gas pedal over, kept the brake kind of where it was on the plate, just welded the plate down in a few spots. Got my shifter bolted in. It's kind of just mocked up for now. I don't have the bracket on. But it's there, that's how it's gonna sit. I got the bracket through the floor, so I should gain a little more cable length. Got my tranny lines on, just some transmission. Some 3/8 transmission line hose, just hose clamped on, double hose clamped onto this line down here, and just single up under here because it's a barb fitting. Got my batteries in there. Routed my cables a little better. I'll have it tied up much better once it's all said and done and wired and whatnot. But got my carburetor on there, air cleaner, fuel line. It's all hooked up, I believe. I don't know if I did not tighten that, so I should probably do that before I forget. But yeah, so I built some uprights off my tank protector. Nothing special because I've got some room, but it's just something to help in case the sheet metal does come in. Hopefully it won't hit the tank right away. Got my brake line ran through the floor down here. Just drilled a hole, routed it up. I'll be running my nylon line to my pedal later. Got my roof sign on here. So that's how that looks up there. I got my 9-inch under here, which I threw these 23s on just some 14s. I ended up drilling the holes out because it wasn't right, and then I ran washers over top. But rear end actually fit pretty dang good under here. Didn't really fight me much. Can't really see anything, but I had a plate that went from the top of my rear end down to my pinion brake bracket. Then once I got the rear end under the car and kind of where I wanted it to sit, I put the bolt through the upper 2 arms for the Watts suspension, and then I welded it to the plate I had on the rear end, and it worked pretty well. So that's its ride height. It's really low in the back. The tires are really far in. And then if we come over here to Dad's car, my brother did some more work to it. We got the center bar in here. We got the seat kind of mocked up, and then the pedals are just sitting in there for now. But cage is gusseted. All 4 corners. Got the fuel cell mounted. There, down bars ran, which I ran down bars in mine too. This halo's tied in, and then this is his new roof sign we got him. So that looks. 9-wired the trunk up to try to keep it packing in instead of dumping. But yeah, I think that's about it for now. I might try and get this hood to fit, see if it'll work, and if the hood fits and works, it'll be the cover photo for this video. If it doesn't, then it won't be the cover photo. So I guess that'll be about it for now. I don't know what I'm working on next weekend, if I'm gonna fiddle with that car or keep getting this one knocked out for now. But that'll be it for today's video. So please like, subscribe, and comment down below what you want to see more of. Thanks.